Greetings. So I felt led to do this reading, and this was actually inspired by a good a supporter of mine, a sister of mine. She got a future spouse reading with me, and she said that she had forgot to ask about the relationship between her future spouse and her daughter, which is very important for us single mothers or even single dads, to know how will your spouse, your future spouse, get along with your children, and how will your children get along with them. And I'm like, okay. So just as a FYI, you guys, if any of you would like to purchase a future spouse reading, I do, leave it open to what spirit wants to show. And there's things that I look at, like specific things that I will look at. But if you have like a question you want to ask, like your own questions, you can do that for the reading. And if you've already gotten one and you feel like there's a question that you have around it that maybe I did not, tap into or get, just let me know, like, and we can do like another future spouse read for you where you can go into other details as well. But I'm going to do this reading. It's a collective read. I'm not doing the pick a card read thing. I'm just gonna do like a collective message for those that have this on their heart, and hopefully, it will speak to those who it's meant to speak to. So if you are um, a future dad, I don't know why I was going to say that. So maybe for some of you, you're going to be with someone that already has a child, okay? A man or woman that already has a child, and you want to know how you're going to get along with them. Or for others of you, like I said, you could be the single parent and you want to know how your future spouse is going to get along with your children, and how is your children or child going to get along with them. So let's tap in, Holy Spirit. Whoa, 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 whoa. Not of this world. So some of you guys might have teens, okay? Teen children, preteens or teens, or your person does, okay? Getting a girl, poverty mindset, and move silently and peep game. So these cards are already coming out. And ironically, you have the generational wealth and health. So this is going to be a blessed connection in the end. But I do feel like it's going to take some work here, okay? And it's what relationship doesn't. So this child or children, I'm getting a teenager. So maybe your person has more than one child, or you have more than one child, but I'm getting like teenagers involved. Okay. So this teenager may be, moody teenage girl stuff, because I'm getting a girl. And if it's not a teenage girl, then it's definitely a girl. Okay. That's close to that age. And as a parent, I can see why you would be concerned. Definitely as a mother, why you would be concerned about having, you want to have the right person around, or I'm getting like specifically the right man, like your future husband. You want to make sure that this person is really the right person for you, and because you're very sensitive about your children and this age, not, there's predators out there. So I understand that even with children, doesn't have to just be with small children, but definitely with teenage girls, they're coming into their womanhood, and they're still young, they're still children, and that's it's something very sensitive around that, and I get that. So, but if it's, I will say this, if it's your future spouse is someone that is divinely for you, and not someone that you just go out and pick just due to your lust or due to desperation, or you just, you're forcing something that's not for you because you want it so badly, rather than allowing divine source to align you with the person that's meant for you, type thing, and just going for whatever, then you're going to set yourself up. But for this group, I feel like you guys are diligent. You guys are definitely very spiritually wise, and I feel like you're being responsible with not only your life but your child's life. So I don't see you getting into anything. I understand the concern. So I feel like this teenager might be a little bit challenging to deal with in the beginning. um if you are the single parent, your child is not really going to be too fond of this other person, and I feel like it's because she's used to, and I'm getting a she, but it could be a he as well. They're not too fond of this person, not because they have a reason to, like it's something off about them, but it's more so the fact that it's just been the two of you, I feel, with this. And your child is not really appeased by things that maybe children their age are. They might be a bit more mentally more advanced into deeper things. They definitely have spiritual gifts. They can see through things and people. They're very sensitive. Um, their antennas, their spiritual antennas are always up. They're always paying attention. Their third eye is always open and popping. So your child may slightly want to block this because they might they might not have the best, what's the right word, like they may not be that enthused. They don't have the most optimistic view on things sometimes. Maybe they're used to you guys struggling as well. Or if you're a single mom or single dad, that other parent didn't help out, was not involved, or involved as much, or did not help financially. So they're used to kind of like this being let down energy, like being let down by the other parent. And if this is something you're walking into on the other side, where you're not coming in with the child, you're the one that's going to be with someone that already has a child or children. This one of the things that is going to be a challenge here is the fact that this child has this perception of poverty mindset, that there's always, something too good to be true, or don't get your hopes up. We're used to the struggle. No one has ever did anything for us, or my mom was not a mom, or my dad was not a dad, or he was never around, or something along the lines of that. The move silently is they may not really talk much. You might say hello to them and they might say one word to you, and then they won't talk much, but they are paying attention with the peep game. So this child, I feel like, is very discerning, very, very discerning. And if they don't like someone, they'll let it be known, like through their energy, through their actions, through their movements, their gestures, their tone. But again, I don't get that. But I want to be realistic here, because not everybody is going to, like I said, align with the person that's meant for them if they're moving in desperation, or they're focused on a connection that's not for them or not work. So I want to be realistic and see what comes through. But for those of you that are waiting for the right person, and you don't want anything less than what's meant for you or what's healthy for you and your child, let's see. Two of Cups in the Tower. What is this? Let me see. Three of Swords. The Emperor is at the bottom of the deck. You've been through some heartache, and maybe your child saw that. There was something very tumultuous. I can never say that word right. I don't even know why words be coming in my mouth sometimes. I don't even pronounce right. But it was something very destructive and chaotic that your child may have witnessed. Okay. And if you're asking about a person with a child, this child has witnessed their parents go through a very toxic relationship, or just go through a lot of pain, a cycle of pain, a chapter of pain, where somebody, they may have thought that they found the one. Okay. I'm even getting maybe this child seen their parents go through a divorce, or your child has, witnessed you go through a divorce or a really bad breakup, where maybe you were married or supposed to get married, or talked about it, or it seemed like this person was going to be in your life for a long haul. And flip it, if you're asking about a person that has a child, that your future spouse is going to be someone that potentially has a child. Patience, which is the Hangman in this deck, and the Eight of Swords. So give it time. Give this child time, because they're, unfortunately, I feel like psychologically they don't have optimism about, what's the right word, like partnership and relationship, and their parent, they don't have the best outlook on that. Their parent may have dated a lot of toxic people, or just didn't have luck. Or this child is, like I said, not used to anyone else maybe than other than their father or their mother being around, or there was someone that they got used to being kind of like a stepfather or stepmother to them, that something was very dramatic. Or it could have been a peaceful breakup, but for this child, it was a painful breakup for them, because they kind of looked at this person maybe as their father or as their mother, if their biological mother or father was not around. Ten of Cups, yeah. But, or the Ten of Pentacles, sorry. This is the Ten of Pentacles. Spirit is going to bless you with a beautiful connection and union. And there's a lot of girl children here. So I definitely feel like someone has a daughter already. Okay. Whether it's you or the person that you're getting in a union with. But this is not, it doesn't have to be that it's for everyone. You could have other children, but if you have a daughter as well, it's like she stands out, especially if she's the eldest. Because I'm getting like preteen and teenager, but some of you guys may have small children as well. I feel like Spirit is going to bless this. And it almost looks like in this picture, I can't tell if it's like raining or if it's snowing, because it kind of looks to me like there's water in this car, like this little sprinklets. You can't really see them, but it makes me think of purification and restoration. So this may bring you guys to better harmony, better understanding and perspective, a shift. Patience definitely for sure is needed and required for this connection. The Hermit. Yeah, because whoever is the single parent, you shielded or your person has shielded and protected like wisely, moved very wisely, and maybe not just protected the child but protected themselves from people that are not for their highest good, as of late, or has made that decision like, I'm going to protect my child, I'm going to protect myself from people that are not for me. Yeah, Seven of Wands. And there is a little bit of defensiveness, there is a little bit of wounding energy here, only because of the past. And I feel this also speaks to someone that has been single for a minute, okay, at the least 9 months. But some of you guys, you've been single for 9 years, or in between, the most 9 years for some of you, and the least 9 months you've been single. But you've been very like diligent and vigilant, I should say, about protecting your child. But the Three of Cups is here, so I feel like at some point this is going to be a beautiful connection. The Emperor wanted to come out. Now instead of being at the bottom, he's at the top. So yeah, it's like the right person is going to come in, or you're going to be that person. If you're, a good man when you see it, or a good woman when you see it, or you'll know, if you're a good man or you're a good woman. And I feel like this is someone, like, for those of you that are asking about your precious children, like, they are protected. Divine Spirit is protecting them. You're not the only one that is protecting them. Spirit is not going to allow that. I feel like you've already been there, done that, and you have wisdom from it. Just based off of all of these cards here, you already have the wisdom and the discernment. I feel like you peep game as well. You pay attention to interactions. You pay attention. Because I'll never forget this. I was watching that R. Kelly. I think it was like the part two. It was like the last part of the R. Kelly, or what's it called? My goodness, I can't remember. Surviving R. Kelly. And there was one woman that was romantically involved with him since she was like, I don't even want to get into it, but she was a high schooler. And she had a daughter. Later on in life, she had a child with another man, and she met up with R. Kelly again as an adult woman, and she brought her teenage daughter around. I think her daughter had been like 13 years old or something like that. And she said she was sitting in the front seat and she was watching how R. Kelly was interacting with her daughter, like how he was talking to her and how he was looking in the rearview mirror looking at her. And she said that she saw that look and she did not like it. So she stopped bringing her daughter around. She never brought her daughter over again. And I feel like that is the protection. Like, when you see something that is off, you don't think twice about it. You're not making excuses. You're not desperate to keep a man. There are some people like that, but you're not one of them. Like, if you see something that is off, you don't like it, you're not going to blame the child and be like, oh, you shouldn't have wore those shorts, you shouldn't have wore that dress, and why are you doing this? No, a child is a child, and there's no reason for why somebody should be looking at your child like that. So you peep everything. You may not say it, you may not say what you see, just like your child is the same way. You peep it, you're watching everything. Okay. But you're going to know when that good thing comes, because they're going to enrich your life. And when I say enrich, doesn't necessarily have to be like a financial thing. I do feel like you guys will be blessed with financial stability. However, I also feel like this is a person that's going to better both of your lives enrich it in a way emotionally, mentally, and spiritually where you guys are better people, you're happier people, you're at peace, you have a peaceful home. Your child may have been emotionally closed off, broken, or vice versa. This child may have been emotionally broken and closed off and afraid of intimacy and afraid of a father or mother figure, but you are helping to cleanse that and purify that and restore those things. So this union is going to be something blessed because you're called to it, and it's something in your heart that you want to do. It's not going to feel like a forced thing, like, oh, I have to force to like this child, or I have to force to love them, or the person that your future spouse is going to have to force themselves to like your children or your child. It's not going to be that. Okay, Spirit's blessing this. This is a blessed connection. This is the person that's meant for it and wants to step up. So much love to you guys. As always, be blessed, be safe, take care, peace.